Okay, so this video is to show you how to personalize um, these files, and you are working on purchase order 303, as you can see. So the first thing you do is look at these columns D and E. They're basically identical, and you look at the SKU number of the file you're supposed to go pull. So we'll do that right now. Under growth chart files, master image library, AI files for print, scroll down, look for number 27. That's what was on the spreadsheet right there. It says spaceships, double check the description looks right, and indeed it does. Now before you start customizing, we just want to keep making some efforts to ensure these files are the way they need to be. So I would just click Document Setup, Edit Artboards, and just double check that the size is 9.7 inches wide by 42 inches tall. And this one is done correctly, so I'll close that out. So now we need to put the right name in. So scroll here, go all the way over to the right hand side, and you can see the personalization name is Santino. I've already put that in there. If the name were short, like it is sometimes, you can, like Al, sometimes it makes sense with some of these designs. Just go ahead and don't stick with the same font size. Just use your own judgment and try to make the sizing look appropriate. Or if it's really long, you know, obviously that's not going to work either, in which case you'd resize it down to, you know, something like that. So Santino, that looks pretty good. Sometimes centering it exactly on the document, like there, doesn't really look centered because these measurement lines are on the right-hand side and not on the left, so you have a little less padding over here. So I sometimes kick it over a little bit to make sure it looks okay. And that looks pretty good. So now we're ready to save the files. You go File, Export, AI Files for Print. So we're in the same folder, and I've already made a folder called PO3. So before you save that, you do a couple of things. One, select JPEG here from this drop-down box, and the most important part is toggle that thing to use artboards. If you don't do that, if you forget, the file gets screwed up. And then lastly, come back over here, scroll all the way over to the right, and grab the order ID number. Oops. Grab the order ID number and put that over the top of the generic file name, and you're pretty much ready to export. So, whoa. So you'll get this little pop-up box that gives you these options. RGB is the color space, resolution is 150, click OK. I've already done this file, so it's just asking me to replace it, so I'll just say replace. So that file's done. Now, in some cases, you probably will notice that the particular file in question may not be in AI files for print, and I will make a separate video to show you how to prepare AI files for print if you don't already have them. And specifically what I'm talking about is taking all the files that Michael did here in this MTS folder and opening them up and prepping them so that you can copy them safely into this folder here. But for now, go ahead and just do all the ones that are in here. It could be that on PO3 all the files you need are actually finished in here. So that is basically how you do that. So lastly, we can close this file, and it'll ask you to save it. You don't have to save it because we already have the master file, and this was just dropping the name in. So you're not trying to save this AI file. So just go ahead and hit save. Sorry, don't save rather. And that's pretty much it.